Alright, I wanted to go over the theme shortcodes. So let's just dive right in and create a page. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new page and just call this page shortcodes. And then once you publish the page, you'll see this row of shortcodes up here. And let's just start and go left to right. And the first one's just a simple button. So if we add it, you get a bunch of options. And so the first one's a link, so you can type in your link here. A target, that's if you wanted to open in a new window or the current window. If you don't really know what that is, just leave it blank and it'll open up in the current window you're in. And then you have a size, and we gave you 3 options. And medium's probably the one we'll go with most of the time, but there's also large and small. And then there's color as well, and the default's gray, but you can also have a list of colors we list in the documentation. And then text is obviously the text of the button. So let's go ahead and update this page and view it. And you can see the button right here. And so the button's very simple, and you can play around with some of those options there. Then we have a list of the columns. And these columns are pretty easy. You'll have half column, third, etc. Let's go and just play around with those. So basically, if you just type it in, you get half column. And I'll go ahead and just type in half, so the content goes in between. And if you type in another half column, that's all you need to do for the columns. And then there's one last step, which is this last equals. And if it's the last column, you just need to type yes instead of no. So since that second one is the last of 2, I typed yes, and so now we have 2 columns. So let's go ahead and do that for another set of columns. Let's do 1/3. So we'll do 3 of those, and I'll go ahead and type in 1/3 just so we can see it in our example a little easier. And so the only one we edit is this last one, and we'll type last equals yes and update the page. And when I refresh it, then we'll get 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Really nice and easy. And then of course you can edit the mix and match them a little bit. If you want like a 1/4 and 3/4, you can do that as well. Just making sure the last one is yes, marked yes. So we've got them, and those are the same shortcodes on full width or with a sidebar. It's exactly the same. So feel free to play around with those. Alright, so next thing I'm going to go over is, let's see, what is this? The toggle. So if you just add the toggle, you have a title, and then you have an option of open or closed. And let's go ahead and make this one closed. And then you have text here, and I'll go ahead and add another toggle actually. Toggle, and then I'll leave it open. So if we left progression underscore open, and then let's go ahead and just have this one sample open as the title. And then if we refresh the page, you can see we have one sample title where the toggle's closed and we can open it, and then one that's already open. So it's really easy to create those toggles. And then I'm going to go and delete everything in there now. And the last 2 things are a simple tabbed. And you can see there's a tab 1 title in the content, and tab 2 title in the content. It works exactly like the toggles, and obviously you can just duplicate, you know, if you wanted a 3rd tab, we can just type in tab 3, tab 3 content right there. And that's how you can get a cool set of tabs. And the last one's just a simple divider that goes like that. So those are the shortcodes. That covers all of them. If you just hold over the shortcode, it'll tell you what it does, you know, divider, etc. And then you can just play around with the options with them.